by saying thank you, corporate. Thank you, everyone in the UK, for organizing this meeting, and thank you for choosing and trusting in me to be your guest speaker today. My name is Nombasa Maseti. I am 30 years of age. I am from South Africa. I am married with 3 beautiful children between me and my husband, whose name is Michael, the first man, as I always want to refer to him as that, since he's an athlete. And I found Herbalife just over 4 years ago. But before I go into my story, dip in Herbalife, and how everything changed, let me take you to my life briefly before Herbalife. I've got a background in secondary education, which is grade 12 here in South Africa, and you can't really get proper jobs when that's all you have, because people have gone to do their degrees and everything so that they can work, in more comfortable jobs where they sit in their offices. I mean, I think that is the dream for everybody. But unfortunately, for some of us, which I believe some are on the call, we could not have those opportunities. But it does not mean that our lives were put to an end. It's really about what you do about your situation. So I found a job after grade 12, which was in a 24-hour shop. And having a baby at the time as well, it was very tough, because it means, I could not look after him. And being a street vendor with my mother at the same time, where we were selling poison for cockroaches and rats, it meant that my son had to, move to his other granny. And I could only see him in certain days because I was very busy working. So my first job, I was a cashier, as I've mentioned, in a 24-hour shop, where I was earning £64. I was not really happy about the income, but at the very same time, I was excited. So I was a bit confused, because I'm fresh from school and I did not know any kind of income. I was excited, but now when the money came into my bank account, it just didn't make sense that I had to travel using this money, and I had to eat during my lunch break using this money, and I had to help at home with this £64, and I had to support my child. So you can just imagine how tough it was, guys. And I went on looking for more opportunities, and I heard that the rate per hour at a petrol station is very reasonable and better. But the situation of me working for 20-hour 4 shops was not changing, because in a garage you're still working from 6 to 6, or 2 to 10, whatever the shift is. It's still long hours, and which meant for me I could not see my son. It was very hurtful, and I went on to say, okay, I'm looking for another job to really make more income, and I went on waitressing. Now you can imagine being a waitress. It's great because you have tips here and there while you have your standard salary, but it was really not a great job, because I would go home maybe at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I would have to pay the transport, because now you pay extra. And I was really working long hours, being on my foot up and down. It was just tiring. And when I'm off, guys, I want to tell you that I could not see my son sometimes, because I want to be doing my laundry, or I want to be cleaning my room. And at the time, I was staying with 6 amazing ladies, where we shared a flat, which was a 3-bedroom flat in Central. So it's amazing, because we shared the rent, but in as much as every day I woke up with people, there was that missing spot of love from my own family. And knowing that someone else is raising my child was really not a great thing. So I carried on doing this job, and fortunately for me, a lady came through and said, you know what, I've got a job open at the fitness industry, where you can get paid at least £128, which is 3,000 rands. And obviously I jumped for that. I wanted that. And I went, did an interview. I could not even press a computer. Even now I'm not good, but I don't need that. So my boss said, okay, I'm going to accept you. you are going to be at the reception area and you're going to be scanning cards of members. And if someone missed a payment, you'll just shout and say, okay, this one can't be allowed in. So that was my job. And I was getting paid £128. Still, the hours were open because a gym opens at 5 a.m. and closes at 9 p.m. So going home was really not an option. So I stayed in this flat where we rented it with my 6 friends. So what happened was I got an inbox from a total stranger. But wait, before that, I want to give you a tip. Because us as members, we're so good in, selling the products to people and forgetting the opportunity side of things. All right. So there was a guy that was renting space into this gym that I'm working for now. And he was selling Herbalife Nutrition in cups and servings. And I remember it used to be so cold because you are right at the door when you are scanning members into the gym. And he would sell to me a cup of tea, for 10 rands. I don't know what 10 rands is in pounds. And I fell in love with this tea, but it was not even consistent. And I was not even told that there was an opportunity. So I got sold a shake. I used the shake and there was nothing. Like there was no excitement. There was nothing more I knew about Herbalife. All I saw was, okay, I'm not going to afford this. So long story short, guys, an amazing person sent me a DM, direct message, telling me about Herbalife opportunity. Okay, that's a tip. For me, the training is in the story. He told me about the Herbalife opportunity and how I can make extra income, and that really made me open my eyes because there was a person that sold me this tea in a cup, okay, and I never heard about the opportunity, and now someone is coming into my inbox who was randomly inboxing everyone, I think, and telling me that I can make extra income. Obviously, I looked at him and I was like, you know what? I could see that this person who was selling at the gym was very busy. And I have these long hours that I'm working here, and this is really something that I'm not going to be able to do. So I said to him, I'm not interested. I am very happy where I work because I get paid £128, and I really don't want to lose sight of this great income that I'm getting here. And he just did not give up. He kept on sending me the same messages, kept being a pest umpumzi, and until to a point where I thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. Let me just send this joining fee to this guy so that he can just back off. And that is the real reason why I sent the money to him. Surprisingly and beautifully, an email came through to my inbox. And here's a lesson, guys, here. Don't just sell people or sample to people. Tell them about the opportunity that they can make money. They can make extra income provided they work, okay? Because you could be losing on a great member that could have been, someone that is working in your team. Don't just be interested in selling a product to people. Offer the opportunity. So, anyways, to take you forward, I received an email with my name written in bold, congratulating me for being part of this company. And I thought, wait a minute. First of all, I can't remember the last time I heard the word congratulations, let alone seeing my name written in bold with an exclamation mark. I know for some people this is something petty, but for me, coming from the dusty streets of N10 in Motherwell, being a street vendor, selling cockroaches and rats poison with my mother, and being exposed to so many jobs where I was not even appreciated, to a company sending me an email appreciating me for just joining. I have not even done a thing. I thought to myself, this thing deserves my attention. So I called him. Now I'm the one who's calling him. What do I need to do? And he sent me to Nombasa to fetch my bag because this guy lived 300 kilometers away from me. So I went to this building, and it's a municipal building, and this girl is in an office, and he's an engineer, and she is doing this Herbalife deal as well. And I went to fetch. I was so scared to step into that office. And she said, "No, come in." And she made me a tea. She took pictures of me. Now, this, and again, guys, is something that I am doing until today. From introducing people to products and an opportunity so that they can choose what they want, to now being a star of the show, being recognized by someone that is giving me the bag, taking pictures of me. She posted me on Instagram and she posted me on Facebook that we've got a new superstar in the game. And I was so excited. I felt so welcome and so special. I mean, we don't get recognition at all in our lives. So I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. First of all, this lady is an engineer and she's doing this part-time and she's giving it her attention. Who am I not to do something about Herbalife nutrition? So after that day, I went. And you must remember, guys, because a lot of people are like, oh, you are successful because now you've got presidents, team members in your organization, you've got so many members, and you've got so many TAP team members. You are recognizing people for doing 10K, 15K, 5K impact, 3K impact, and I can't do that. No. I got the bag. I did not have customers. When I got the bag, I did not have people that were in my team. When I got the bag, I did not have an income from this opportunity. But stories were shared to me. I remember when Rabisa said to me, they are preparing, because it was June 2015, they are preparing to go to what is called a leadership weekend. And she cried, she was emotional, telling me about the guest speaker who is coming up, who is Garen Jones, and how he was homeless. And I said, I want to go, but she told me that I don't qualify because you have to qualify for the event. I was so hurt, but I was willing to do whatever it takes. You know, I believed in it. So I did not have customers. I did not have an opportunity. Members. I did not have an income. But what I had was the bag and the shake. And I was told to use that shake. I did exactly that. And I took the shake. I sampled it to every single person that I saw, and at the same time, I was telling them about the opportunity, exactly what was done to me, because I was scared that I could sample a shake to someone and they could join to someone else because they'll be told about the opportunity. So I got amazing results through these products. I had a bit of fat to lose. I shaped up and I was so energetic. Now I developed love for being a runner, and I developed love for being in fitness because I was feeling amazing. And everyone around me could notice the difference in me, and they said they want in. Not stopping, obviously, with everything that I told you about at first, that what was done to me, I did to other people. I offered the product and the opportunity. And I can tell you now, from the TAP team, I can give you different stories. I've got a president's team member that I got through an inbox. I got a Get 2.5 Going Mill team that I got, through him looking at my social media platform and me talking to him and him validating what I was talking through my social media platform. I got a millionaire team member who related to my results, and she joined simply because of my results. And I've got a Get team member that is going Get 2.5 very soon, whom I gave the tea to, sampling it before his workout, and offered the opportunity at the same time as he was a personal trainer. And I said, listen, you are worth more than what you are doing. Sample this tea, go into the class, come back, tell me how you feel, and here is a bag for you. It's just so much to join. And today, we are talking about people who have changed their lives. So guys, without being long on my story, and as I said to you, my training is through my story. I mean, we know about many different operations that you can perform your Herbalife, opportunity. You can do boot camps, you can do shake parties, you can do everything, and you all have been taught about that. But here is one thing that I'm going to leave to you, is that do not forget to tell people that they can make extra income. Everyone that you talk to about the product, tell them that there is an opportunity, and should they be interested in doing that, they must know that you are there. Otherwise, you can sell a product to someone and they can join and become a member somewhere else because they are told about the opportunity. So that is lesson number one. Now things started to change. I was still working at my job, and I was making about 320 pounds now, and I thought to myself, okay, I need to leave this job because now this is after I had qualified active world team. 1 year I was a global expansion team member, and then 2 years I was a millionaire team member, and then my third year I hit president's team member, and 11 months right after that I was now a president's team member, 20,000 royalties. And I'm living a life that really did not even exist on my wildest dream, guys. And, being the person that I was, I never even thought that I could live, for example, in a 4-bedroom, beautiful home with a swimming pool, big garden for my children to play and for me to watch over them giggling, running up and down, especially in these times, of the pandemic. People need room for movement. I never thought that was possible for me. But through the Herbalife opportunity, that is exactly what is happening. A minimum of about 6,000 pounds as a president's team member, way more than that, to a lifestyle that you choose, whether you want to drive this brand or you want to drive that brand. And that is possible through Herbalife Nutrition. So as I said, my story is the training. I went into my inbox and I messaged everyone that here is an opportunity, you can change your life. I was literally scrolling on my news feed, and one of the guys that I sent the DM to did not believe it. And here's another thing: tell people to save your numbers so that you can have them on your story, looking at what you are doing, and you not stopping recognition, because that is what attracted me, and I always do it for others. When someone reaches something, I always recognize them. And going back, I said to you guys, I had no members, I had no income, but I had the Herbalife shake, which I sampled to people. People saw my results. They trusted in the product because I did not point them at a magazine to say, here is blah and blah, they are making so much, and they went from being this size to now shrinking and being this size, and they've cleared on the skin. No, I pointed at myself. They believed it, they joined. And my boss, who I was working for, also is one of my supervisors in the organization, simply because I lived Herbalife right in front of his eyes. So the personal trainer changed his life, and it was now a duplication of what I did down to my tip. And during this pandemic, there isn't a lot of shift in our business because we are really heavy on social media. Everyone, when they wake up, the first thing they do is they touch their phone. You should be there in your story showing them that you've had your breakfast, you've had your stem, you are feeling energetic, you are exercising, and most importantly, you are changing people's lives. To this day, that is exactly what is happening. Guys, there are no magics in this business. It's very simple to do this business. I like it. Even last week we were shown by Alan Richard Lorenz that even our founder showed us how simple it is to do the business. You do not have to be a certain person for you to do this business. You can be blacklisted in the real world, but here in Herbalife, all that's needed from you is to perform, is to change people's lives, is to spread positivity, is to showcase other people and recognize them for being who they are. So I recognized people for placing their first orders, and people felt so important. I recognized people for reaching their first 200 volume points, and I would make a big fuss about them before even I had global expansion team members in my team. And that is how we grew as the team, because we know that recognition plays a very big role in people's lives. So our business, if I can say the core of our business is recognition, that's exactly what it is. To this day, in my stories, everywhere, I would look at anyone that's being posted and being recognized, and I would put them up as part of my story, because it is very important to highlight the people's achievements. So I went to events, that's another thing, but I did not have everyone going to the events with myself. A lot of people are like, you guys go as an army to events, and maybe you are struggling to drag people, but nicely now everything is done online. But when we could go to the events, I went to the events myself, alone, for a very long time, no one following what I was doing. But I knew that with consistency and doing it all the time when I am required to, and posting it out there to the team group and posting it to my social media, that my team would follow. And now you don't even have to drag people to go to the meetings. Fortunately, now we've got online meetings. How amazing that our company still delivers stuff to us while there is this coronavirus going on. Nothing is stopping, but instead people are massively doing impact simply because the future is online and our Herbalife is relevant and is adapting to everything. So if really you are just a guest today, or you are new in the business, please know that this opportunity is for you. You can make it work. Don't let anybody tell you what. Go on the personal development stuff. There's Jim Ron, there's Mark Hughes to listen to. We've got Les Brown. Those people are the people that are going to build the confidence in you to keep pushing. You might seem a bit weird in the beginning. People teased me for being Miss Herbalife, so they called me. And today I always invite them to say that thing exactly. Because yeah, I am Miss Herbalife, and I like being called that. So another thing that is, holding people back from reaching to other levels is the fact that they are so much into this thing that I can't post, I can't be seeing, posting so much on social media. Girl, you want to tell me that this opportunity that has changed so many people's lives is playing? When you're saying you can't post so much, what is it that you can do? Everyone that is laughing at you, they don't pay your rent. They don't feed you. So I always tell my team members, guys, we've got to post. You can't be living a celebrity life when you want to do Herbalife nutrition and say, I'm going to have one post in 2 months. Be on your stories on a daily basis, because at the end of the day, you want it to register in people's minds that whenever they want Herbalife nutrition, they should come to you. I always make an example of Kentucky Fried Chicken, for example, if I'm allowed to mention that. Those guys are well established. Well, and for me personally, I would say they don't need to be advertising. But guess what? They are on our faces each and every day, even though they are very successful. Why? Because they want to hypnotize you with the idea of KFC. Why don't you do the same for your own business? Why don't you hypnotize people with the idea of Herbalife nutrition? Because you've got a great thing to offer. We've got immune boosters, guys. People need good nutrition, especially this time. We have what people need. Post on your social media. Obviously, you are not going to be posting a shake on a daily basis. Let people see your results. Tell people how you feel 3 days after starting on your Herbalife journey. Showcase other people's results on your timeline. Because sometimes people will not relate to a cashier and a street vendor. But last week we had an attorney telling us how he got successful through Herbalife just because he went into a bar one day and saw someone with a big lose weight. Now ask me how, Button. And today he's a founder's circle 40K in this business. Come on. You want to tell me you can't post simply because of you are thinking, what are people going to say about you? Sorry, but really it had to be done. That is how we get successful. There is really no secret. Everything is open book. You can copy and paste what General is doing. You can copy and paste what Mary is doing and incorporate it to your business. Plug as many people possible to these online meetings. Recognize people on a daily basis. People are achieving. It doesn't matter if someone is from another team or whatever. The fact that people made it through Herbalife Nutrition, you know their background, put it out there. Someone else might be watching and they might relate to that story and not your story. So guys, I hope you have learned a lot from my journey with Herbalife. And I really want to tell you that nothing is impossible. It does not matter where you come from. It does not matter your background. It does not matter the color of your skin. It does not matter your gender. If you really want to make it in this business, you really can make it, provided you are serious and you are ready to do what others have done in order for them to be successful. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone once the world is open and we can hug and kiss each other. I'm sorry about my nails, we're on lockdown, but thank you so much for joining us. And I am so excited, guys, about these online meetings. Make sure that you plug as many people as possible so that they can learn. And remember, simplicity is magic for everything, because if you do something simple, then your team will duplicate exactly that. Thank you so much, guys. Love you lots and wishing you guys all the best. Remember to stay at home and to follow the government rules so that we can get out of